to Baby Babble. My name is Sarah Zielinski. I am 16 weeks pregnant, and this is a weekly IGTV series that I bring to you weekly, where I am sharing with you all the tips and tricks of me being a first-time mom. And this week, I am busting through some old wives' tales. So that is where we're going to be seeing exactly the different things that can kind of test out what the gender is. But typically, what I am sharing about is fitness, nutrition, tips I've learned along the way since being pregnant. Hi, Christine. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Hunter. And really just like going all in and sharing you guys different things about how I deal with unsolicited opinions, things like that. So this one's going to be so much fun because I know a lot of you guys have been like, I can't believe you're Team Green. I want to know what your gender is. So what I want to start with here is what Team Green actually is. And so what Team Green is that that's when Brock and I have decided that we do not want to find out what the gender is of our baby before we get pregnant. So that ultimate surprise is going to be the day that we have our push date, which is actually August 26th. I can't believe that I'm 16 weeks pregnant. The baby is the size of an avocado. I cannot see the bump. At night I can see the bump, but it's just really, really cool. So at first, when we first started, I was like, I don't want to know. I didn't want to know at all. Brock really wanted to know. And my husband is very much a Taurus. So he just kind of keeps everything inside and kind of just like explode every once in a while. And I was like, listen, I want you to be as comfortable with this as possible. So if you want to find out the gender, we can find out. And he was like, okay, yeah, I think I want to find out. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's just go with it. I want him to be really comfortable, even though I'm the one carrying the damn baby. But essentially he decided that, okay, like we'll kind of think about it here and there. We can't find out till about 20 weeks anyways. And then he's like, you know what? I think I really want to wait. They want to wait to find out what the gender is going to be. I was like, hey, I'm cool. Either way, I really want to be able to wait. However, I'm not going to lie, every single time I go shopping or anything, I'm just like naturally gravitating towards buying girly things like that. And I did a poll last night. I did it a couple times on my stories to kind of see what you think I'm having as a baby, if you think it's a boy, if it's a girl. Feel free, if you're on here live with me, to drop down below what you think. If you've been following my journey for a while, I've shared everything, cravings, what I've been feeling, my symptoms, but I wanted to really crack down on some of the different wives' tales that are out there to kind of see like, where are we pointing to? I'm going to do this live with you guys. I haven't done any of them other than kind of looking at some symptoms and things like that. And I have it all up on my computer. So if I'm looking away, it's because I'm going to be referencing all the things that are on here so I don't say things wrong, so on and so forth. And then closer to the end of this, I'm seeing boy up in here from Brittany. So closer to the end of this as well, if you want to stick around after I do all the fun gender stuff, I'm going to be talking about the difference between folic acid and folate. I've done a lot of research on it recently. I'm actually going to stop taking my folic acid supplement, as well as I'm going to be talking about the word let. I spoke about it in my stories a little bit. Don't forget about that. The word let in here and kind of where it stemmed from, and Brock and I's parenting goals for starting out with having our baby. So I'm seeing boy on here, which is super exciting. My husband is hell-bent on thinking that we're having a girl. From the very beginning, he's like, I think we're having a girl. My sister, okay, I've been kind of comparing my pregnancy symptoms and the way that I've been going through things through my sister. She just came back from one of her doctor appointments. She lives in the Bahamas. She's here in Canada right now to have her baby with her husband. And she's having a little boy. And so I'm going to kind of compare to you guys the different things that she's been through her pregnancy that maybe or maybe not don't match up with this kind of stuff. And if you've done this before, any of these wives' tales, please share and let me know like what worked for you, what didn't. And this morning, because Instagram, its algorithm will give you what you want to see and what you talk about, I saw like 4 or 5 different reels this morning of people doing gender reveals and then having their baby and it being the exact opposite of what they were told. But she was beautiful. Like every single one of them was like said boy and then had a girl, which is hilarious. I'm seeing girl on here, so we've seen one boy on here, one girl on here. All right. And also the baking soda test. I'm gonna need to hear from y'all if you think it's appropriate for me to do it live on here. And I literally have a cup of pee sitting right there next to me. I peed in a cup before coming on this live. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to show you when I put the baking soda in it, or if I should just do it over there and tell you guys. So you let me know what you think is appropriate. There's 12 of you guys on here right now. I'm assuming it's gonna build up quite more, but whatever majority is, I will go with that. So the first things first, I'm gonna go through and we are going to talk about some of the very first gender predictors that are do it. Like, I want to see if it fizzes or not. That's one of the main things. Okay, so the very first one that's on here, it says if you find yourself that's craving more sweet things, it's a sign that you're having a girl. If you find yourself that's craving more like salty or even protein-rich foods, that tends to be more like a boy. Okay, you guys are just telling me to show my baking soda pee on here. I might just have to do it. Okay, so for me, when I first started with my pregnancy, I really wanted like sweet. So I really wanted like nibs and like licorice and things like that. But I find more now it's more salty and not so much like that. So I'd say majority from the very beginning it was sweet. And then now it's more salt. So I feel like I should weigh that as a girl because it was early in my pregnancy that I was feeling like I wanted to have more sweet stuff. I'm going to put a little tally down here so we can track it for tick marks. So girl on the left and then boy on the right. So I feel like that kind of needs to be like a girl thing if I was craving more sweet stuff from the very beginning, more so than just now. So we're going to go with girl, I think, unless you guys think differently, you need to let me know. Okay, the next one says the garlic test. So the garlic test is, I feel like I should put this right in front of me so I don't look like I'm looking to the side as much. So the garlic test is something that you do at your own risk. It says if you're able to eat a lot of garlic or not smell it, that means that you're carrying a girl. So I can eat garlic like crazy. So it does not bother me. I love the smell of it. I love all the things. Like I don't have it turned off by it, but I can eat it. So that says carrying a girl if you don't like it. So I think that means boy, because I literally, like when I put garlic in my food, it's like heaping spoonfuls of garlic. So when it comes to the garlic test, I like the garlic. So we're going to go with that's a boy point. So now we're 50-50, okay? Next thing on here is morning sickness. Now this is something that I've gotten from a lot of different people when it comes to morning sickness. Like, so I had zero morning sickness. I was not nauseous, anything. I used to get kind of like hangover feelings. I get really bad headaches. I still do. I don't sleep very well, but that's kind of the most of it. And I've heard of some terrible stories of crazy morning sickness that lasts a really long time, like can't even stand up, like constantly vomiting, all that kind of stuff. I did not have any excessive nausea or morning sickness at all. And that says that means you're having a girl. However, my sister, violently ill, like so sick, very much had nausea, like could not keep food down. Like I remember when I was in my first trimester, I'm eating salads, I'm eating all the healthy foods, I'm doing good. She's like, wait, so you're not living off pretzels and crumpets and peanut butter? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like my first trimester, I was so good. I didn't have any issues at all. I couldn't do cucumbers some days. That's about it. But it says here, if you have morning sickness, you're having a girl. So my sister's having a boy, even though she was super sick. So I don't really know about that one, but we're just going to go with based off what these wives' tales say. So that gives 2 check marks for boy. So that means we are 2-1 when it comes to boy or girl. All right, I'm going to ask you guys this one. You've been watching me forever. I think it's a yes. It says, if your complexion is bright and your hair resembles a Pantene Pro V commercial, which I think it really does, then you're having a boy. Okay? If you have talked about, it's called your pregnancy glow. And then it says, if your pregnancy glow is MIA, it means you're having a girl, because what the science behind it, or the wives' tale behind it, is that when you don't have that pregnancy glow and you're not like radiating, your skin's nice and all these things, that means that you're having a girl because they're stealing your beauty. So I think I have a pregnancy glow. My husband thinks I have a pregnancy glow. I've gotten a lot of different people on here telling me they think I have a pregnancy glow. So that means, according to this wives' tale, that I'm having a boy. Okay, I'm seeing on here, I had no sickness with my daughter. See, yeah, okay, so no sickness with your daughter. See, guys, it's so different. No sickness with my daughter, yeah, with Bella. So it's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna, yes, Nikki's like, okay, let's get to the point. Let's go here. I want to see you do the baking soda. We're gonna go with, yes, I have a pregnancy glow. That's giving me boy. Okay, so that's 3-1. Okay, we're looking at boy 3. Girls got 1 point so far. This is fun. I wish my husband was watching this. I should text him and just tell him to jump on. Hi, Kristen. sickness all the time with your daughter. Yes, Steph's having a girl. Exactly. So that one would have been right for her. Crazy. All right. The next one is partners weight gain. My husband got a notification about this on his phone the other day. It said, hey, daddy. So we use the Hi Mommy and the Hi Daddy app. We are obsessed with it. Actually, this morning we got a new app my best friend Cynthia sent to me, and it's about picking baby names, where it's literally Tinder for baby names. So you like swipe right if you like the name, swipe left, and it connects to your partner's phone. And then it actually, thanks boo boo. And then what it does is that if you have a match with a baby name, it gives you a notification. And Brock and I matched on some really pretty names this morning. I love the name Avery for a girl. So we matched on that one this morning. And I was like, oh, I like that one. It was so cute, so much fun. But the pregnancy partner weight gain is a notification he got like a couple days ago. And it was like, hey, daddy, do you notice you're packing on the pounds with mom? Because if you are, that's totally okay. So basically what it's called like symphony. It's called sympathy weight. So that means that I'm carrying a girl is what that one means. Is that if your husband or your spouse feels like they're like trying to eat so that you don't feel like you're the only one getting bigger, that they're the one, that means that you're carrying a girl. So I don't know if Brock knows how to put on weight. I feel like he's like weight challenged when it comes to packing on the pounds. So I'm going to go with no. Also, I mean, I have been working out a lot. I haven't really taken care of myself. I haven't really put on any weight other than just like, I'm back to the same weight I was at the beginning of January. I've also put on a lot of muscle. So I'm going to go with no, which also gives us a checkbox in the boy category. So now we are 4-1. Okay, we are 4-1. Boy is winning all the way right now. Roger gained weight. It's okay, because he has sympathy for you. He wanted to be in the process with you, Amanda. That's what it means. All right. Moody versus mellow. I'm going to let Joe answer that one. Okay? If you're more moody than you are mellow, that means you're having a girl. If you're more chill, that means that you're having a boy. Legend means that you're getting ready for a boy. I have no chill, okay? I had zero fucking chill. The day that I slammed my finger in the door and I lost it on Brock and told him he didn't care about me or love me and I cried in the bed for 30 minutes, Sarah is moody AF. So, there is no way. I'm going to do the Chinese gender prediction. I have it on here. Hi, MQ! Okay, so, moody means that I'm having a girl. So now we're going back from boy section to girl section. All right, so girl. Now we are 2 for girl, 4 for boy. Cool? All right, next thing, the eye test. We could probably just do this right now. It says look in the mirror for about a minute, and if your pupils start dilating, that means that you're having a boy. Should I just do this here? Is it gonna be weird if I stare here for just a minute, or should I just look in the mirror? I don't know. It's like the filter's weird though. Trying to get my eyes centered. My eyes are a weird color, eh? Are they dilating? My pupils dilating? Is this funny? I don't know if they're dilating or not. I don't think they are. It's been almost a minute. I'm also staring into the sun. I don't know about this one. I'm going to go with no. I could look into your eyes forever. What is my dog doing? I'm going to go with no. Yeah, let's go with no. Okay, so that means if your pupils are dilating, you're having a boy. So now we're back to the girl side. We are back to the girl side. Okay. Where are we at, guys? Where's our team girls? Where's team girl at? So 3 for girl, 4 for boy now. Yeah, I'm going to say no. So I hung up a bird feeder. It was Callie. Come here, boo-boo. Callie. And the squirrels keep getting into the bird feeder. Our squirrels in Ontario are the size of cats. So my dog thinks that it's a cat outside. So there's that. Okay. Next thing. Carrying high versus carrying low. We're not going to be able to do that one right now because I'm not showing at all. So that's going to be a neutral across the board for now. Okay, the ring test. I need to sip my bubbly. It's my wedding ring. Look how well Brock did, you guys. My husband did a good job. It says it's a nice ring. Okay. All right. So the ring test. Becca's supposed to fly her ass here and do this test for me because she told me that there hasn't been one time that she's done this ring test and that she has not been correct. So I picked a red color because red is gender neutral. Cool. Supposed to be a strand of your hair around the ring. Okay. Okay, sis. You just pull this out of my head. Do you think I'll be able to should I just pull one out? Does it have to be like a recent one? Guys, I have to be able to find a piece of hair around here. I don't want to pull it. It's going to hurt. You know what? Whatever. It's just, that looks like a lot of hair. Hold on. Just one string. Oh my God, it's going to hurt. Oh my God, it's going to hurt. Oh my God. Oh my God. Get close to it. Ow! Ow! I didn't even do it. Oh, I did. Okay, is that too small of a hair though? You guys are like, you're fucking psycho. Is this going to... Oh, we're going to see how strong my hair is now. Okay. Let me tie this piece of hair. Do I have to tie it or just hold? I guess hold it, eh? I don't have to tie it. Is that long enough? Someone tell me if that's long enough. Listen, I'm all into energies and things like that. So, for me, that hurt. So for me, this is something that I'm all about. So we have this bed behind me where I'm going to lay down. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Tie the string on a ring, hang it over your belly. If it swings in a circular motion, you could be having a girl. If it swings side to side, it means you're having a boy. So when I've done this, we do it with like asking questions, like yes or no. And it's like circle is yes, I think. And then side to side was no. Okay, let's go lay down here and do this. You guys see that behind me? That's where Charlie sleeps when she's here. We're going to have to deal with that with Charlotte when my little niece, she's like, where's my room's given to the baby? She's not going to be happy about that. So, okay. Let's move this so you guys can see me lay down here. Watch my hair break on this. This is fun. Okay. There's going to be some perv that comes on here right now and thinks that they're about to get like some type of show. Okay. How long? Literally no bump. Where's my husband? Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm freaking out, man. Okay, you ready? Hold it up. Okay, it's just... Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. It's just spinning. It's just spinning. How close? How close does this need to... Oh my God. Can you see it? It's not circular, it's one way. Can you see it? Yo, that energy, look at it! Oh my God! Look at the freaking momentum! Whoa! Did you see that? Did you see how fast that was moving? That was crazy bananas! Wow! Yo, did you see that? It was like that centrifugal force was just like, that was straight. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Yo, that's boy. That is boy. That's crazy. Let's put this sweet ass ring back on my hand. All right, boy is 5. That was the coolest thing I've ever done. There's someone walking by my house staring at my house. I'm sorry, I probably scared the shit out of this person. Yo, that is cool. Okay, that is fun. Heart rate. Okay, during your next ultrasound, pay attention to the baby's heart rate. And that little ticker is beating faster than 140. It's a girl. So if you have been here, heart rate at first I think was 174, then it was 164, and then recently was 147, I think. Yes, Brittany, you gotta do this, girlfriend. Okay, so every single pregnancy, like heart rate that I've had so far, I haven't had my 20 week yet, has been over 140. Hi, Dan! So that one is going to point towards having a girl for heart rate, because my heart rate's been very, very high. So team girl gets a point for number 4. So now we're 4 and 5. So 4 for girl and 5 for boy for points, okay? All right, so We are now moving on to the Chinese gender chart. Okay. Place one finger on the age that you were when you conceived and the other finger on the month of conception. Okay. Where your finger meets in the middle is going to tell you we're expecting a boy or a girl. So I clicked on the chart and it's over here. So I was 31. Okay. 31 when I got the seed. When I got the D, I was 31 and it was in the month of November. So, and there's blue and pink on here. 31. And then November's the second one. And that one is girl. It's a girl. So now we're tied 50-50. So the Chinese gender predictor calendar says that it's a girl. So now we are 5 for girl and 5 for boy. This isn't looking too hot, y'all. This isn't looking too hot for all y'all. It was really looking like team boy for a hot minute. It was really, really pushing for a boy. All right, next one is blood pressure before you conceive. I have no idea what my blood pressure would have been before. I never checked it. So we've got a tiebreaker. And the tiebreaker is the P. This is exciting. This is very exciting. Okay, you guys were saying to show the pee. That am I gonna get shut down on Instagram if I show you guys that I got pee in a cup and I'm putting baking soda in it? Because I'm not about to get my Instagram shut down by some creepy shit. So I'm gonna say, do I have consent from you guys or no consent? Do you guys want to see me put the baking soda into the pee? Because I feel like I don't know how it's gonna go. My skin is so good. Yeah, my skin has been amazing. But my sister, she had a lot of issues with her skin and she's having a boy. And the other thing that I spoke about this, actually I was going to talk about it on last week and I didn't. I don't use a lot of creams like retinols or things like that. Like I don't use any things that you can't use once you get pregnant. I only use a vegan skincare line called Frey that I have a discount code for if anyone ever wants it. But the thing was for me was that I always use just very clean vegan products beforehand. So when I got pregnant, I wasn't a big transition, so I wasn't having to stop using things that were normally my routine before, so it could be different. Don't risk, do it off camera. You guys are telling my auntie's like, don't you dare show your pee on here. My aunt Ramona is like, don't you do it. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Guys, I don't really know. Yes, I'll put it in the apple juice. It's apple juice. Okay, so how's it work? I'm going to read this to you, okay? So you've probably heard the many different ways that you can predict whether you're having a boy or girl. Some of you that are quite popular that are out there, So the baking soda gender test is easy and inexpensive. So how it works is that you do the test at home, pee in a cup, and then tells you how to pee in a cup, which, by the way, it's fine. Excuse me, I got acid reflux. So you need equal parts urine to baking soda. There's no consensus on specific measurements that's out there. Once you have these two crucial ingredients, you slowly pour the urine into the baking soda and see if it fizzes. I need another cup because I was going to pour the baking soda into the cup. So I'm going to have to go get another cup. Brock's going to be like, stop peeing in the cups, because this is the cup I use to track our fertility. And he would go in the bathroom and be like, get this cup out of here with your stupid science experiments. He hated me testing our ovulation. It drove him absolutely insane. Okay, so let's talk accuracy here quickly before I go get this other cup. Makes you feel like you're in a scientist lab. Absolutely. So it's saying high acidity in your urine can be more linked to a higher incidence of also urinary tract infections. Ooh. And lower acidity is more simple, like eating less meats and things like that. So gender, how does it, did I tell you guys what the results are? Okay. So if the urine fizzes or sizzles in the baking soda, you're having a boy. If nothing happens and it stays flat, you're having a girl. This is the tiebreaker, y'all. I hope you're here. This is like semifinals going down. Let me get this. The cup in the bathroom, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm gonna get another cup. Here's another fucking cup with pee in it, Sarah. Here now. All right. Oh, my sister's gonna be pissed too. I'm just happy and reach for the damn thing and take a sip out of it, because that would have been disgusting. I'm gonna just make sure we have a very sanitary area as well. Let's move some books. This is fun. This is the best thing I've ever done in my life. All right, let's clean this up. Oh shit. Keeping it real here. Hurry up, I'm so excited. I want to see your pee. I love it. That's hilarious. Okay, so we has apple juice. This is good because you can kind of see, but you can't. Okay, and then I gotta measure it out so it's the same amount of baking soda. Using Arm & Hammer, by the way, if you wanted to sponsor me, because we all want so much Arm & Hammer in our house. I think I'm gonna be just the right amount in here. It's kind of clumpy. By the way, I just have this in my house because I use it in my fridge so that it's not... It has equal parts. Dang, I put a lot of pee in here. I shouldn't put so much in there. Get this in here. Has anybody else done this, by the way? Or just the first time that you've seen this happen? Because maybe I don't have to put all the pee in it. And then we'll be good. I'm sure this is fine. This is science. Okay, guys, there's some chunks in here. It doesn't specify if there should be chunks or... We're just gonna take that big chunk out and we're gonna go with it. All right, so I'll just pour the amount that I think is... This is real life. I can't believe I'm doing this. All right. Moment of truth! I'm gonna go with it stayed flat. Am I supposed to mix it? I don't think so. It just says pour it in. It's flat. Nothing fizzed or bubbled, yo. It stayed flat. If it fizzes or sizzles in the soda, you're having a boy. If nothing and it stays flat, you're having a girl. So ladies and gentlemen, results are in. That is the tiebreaker. Apparently, we're having a little girl. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what to do. We have no idea what is going on. So, anyways. Okay, can I dispose of this urine real quick? I don't even want to look at it until we're done this. And then we can finish the rest of this episode. Okay, let's get it out of here. So, those seem to be the two most popular is our ring test and the baking soda, which both were opposite. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that results are in and that the tiebreaker is going to be accurate and that we are having a girl? Or do you still think team boy? Please let me know. But that was really fun. Crazy. My husband's going to go, I told you he was having a girl, which I think is super crazy. But anyways, so that is that. That is done. That was really fun. Thank you guys for joining me for that. So the next part that I'm going to be covering on here, guys, is I was going to talk about folate and folic acid. I'm seeing Team Boy on here, still here too. I think most people are pretty fond of that ring test, which is exciting. That was the most fun thing I think I've ever done. That was really awesome. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about folate right now and about folic acid. So I have been taking folic acid through my entire pregnancy, and then I'm seeing Team Boy. Bullseye, I'm so excited. So I have been doing a lot of research on it. I just said I did stop taking my folic acid. I did share about it in, I think it was in episode 2, the different supplements that I was taking. And the reason I stopped taking folic acid was because I did a lot of research on it. And so the difference between folate and folic acid is that folic acid is synthetic. It's not like a natural form of folate, which is really what you need in your body when you are pregnant and in normal life, where you actually get from different types of nutrient-dense foods. But the biggest reason why when you're pregnant, you want to be taking folic acid, folate really is because it helps with the development of the neurological center in the brain, and also it helps with the baby to be able to prevent any neurotube defects. So one of the biggest ones that come with that is spina bifida. It tends to be one of the biggest genetic disorders that come with not having enough folate in your body. So I did a lot of different research from a lot of different people, listened to a podcast this morning as well, that a lot of people are just told to take folic acid. Hey, if you go barking at squirrels again, I'm going to be upset. And so the biggest thing for me was that, I do get a lot of it in my diet anyways. So here's the main places if you're someone that's looking to get folate naturally in your body every single day. It's something that, here's the thing. So folate is water soluble, number one, and that it's easily digested, and it's also destroyed when you cook it. So a lot of people can go and be like, hey, I'm getting my folate in, I'm having like my veggies, I'm having my soups and stuff like that. But eating these things raw and not cooked or just lightly cooked is what's going to allow you to actually get the full amount of folate from the vegetables or the fruits or the eggs and nuts and things like that. So it is super important for you that if you are going to be cooking it, you're trying to supplement and not take folic acid anymore and just get the full form of folate to be able to help with the neurological function of your baby and also for yourself is really important. The places that you want to get those things from are from vegetables. So specifically broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, spinach, green beans, lettuce, mushrooms, parsnips, sweet corn, and zucchini. Zucchini, spinach, green beans, and broccoli are like a staple in this house. Almost every single day we're having that. As well with the fruit, avocado, which is the size of the baby today. Avocado, grapefruit, and oranges are really good. Worst part about it, I find that when I have oranges for things aesthetic, I do find that I actually get more acid reflux. So that kind of comes with that narrative for me. When it comes to your legumes, so chickpeas, lima beans, red kidney beans, lentils, and haricot beans, Haricot, Haricot. It actually says soya on here. I'm really not a huge fan of soy, especially because if you're someone that's trying to conceive, having soy-based products can actually make it harder for you to conceive. So it's not something that I would recommend, but I just was reading up the different areas that you can use for enhancing the folate in your diet. Eggs, nuts, and juices. So like a lot of orange juices and apple juices that are natural, that are like fresh pressed, that are not like full of sugars and things like that. And I listened to a podcast this morning that my girlfriend Gabby sent to me, and it was all about that when you're pregnant, one of the biggest things you want to be introducing into your diet is fresh butters, milks, and eggs. And now, if you know me, I'm a plant-based person, and I am super, super cautious about calcium amount getting into my body, trying to make sure I'm getting the proper amount of protein in. I am doing a heavy lifting weightlifting program right now, trying to put on lean muscle. So eating a lot of protein is more difficult for me right now because I usually eat, sorry, I shouldn't have the bubblies when I'm on here. But I usually find that finding it hard to get that proteins in. So eggs is something that I really introduced back into my diet. I actually don't like eggs. I think they're gross. I have a texture issue with them, and I find it difficult for me to get them into my system. But I've been making it a conscious effort. And one of the things they said this morning on this podcast I was listening to is the one thing people forget about is the fact that when you're pregnant, you have one shot. And that's that one shot where you're able to develop the anatomy and physiology of your baby that sets them for the rest of their life. And there's so much culture out there with being pregnant. And I see it in the pregnancy groups that I'm in when they're like, what's your pregnancy craving today? What are you eating today? What are you putting in your body? And it's like this big ongoing joke of people being like, I'm eating this shit food and this shit food together. But when you really remove the foods and the cravings and the feelings that you're having for yourself, it really is about the development of your child. And it really is about thinking scientifically about this is your one shot you have to create the anatomy and physiology for your baby. This is the one shot you have. You can't go back and fix that. You can't go back and fix how their bones and their spine developed in your body. You can't go back and fix the way that their neurological system was building through the time that you were eating. And sometimes we're like, oh my God, I need this so badly. But we know that having the refined sugars and having these things are really, really, really not great. They're not. And here's the thing, I'm not trying to food shame anyone that's pregnant, because listen, I have had the ice cream, I have had the nibs, I have had these things, I have been I want fucking onion rings and dipping them in my McFlurries. trust me, I want to have like the salty ramen noodles and stuff like that. Like, I'm not going to tell you I haven't had the things that my body's been telling me to have, but I can tell you that there has been a lot of times where I have these moments where I'm like, this is my one shot, right? This is my one shot where I get to help build this body inside me and set this child up for success. And that's going to be what I put into my body. So it is something that I think is really important to think about. And for me, getting that natural folate in my system is really important. So that's where I'm going to be getting it from. And that's also where I'm getting a lot of my protein from as well, is from the eggs, the nuts, and the legumes, which are the main things that they suggest for you to have into your diet. So I did kind of want to touch on that. And the last thing I wanted to touch on, because I do talk about unsolicited opinions, I do talk about relationships a lot, and like how Brock and I are planning on doing all the things. But this week, something that I spoke about on my stories, so I apologize for y'all that watch my stories and hear all this stuff again, so you might be hearing this for the second time. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Everyone like popped on for like the reveal, and like, I don't want to hear all the information, they jump off. So I want to talk about the word let. I saw it recently where it's been happening quite a bit, where people have been saying like, are you going to let your husband do certain things when you get pregnant? And once you have the baby. And so I'm due August 26th, which means it goes right into hunting season. If you know me or you know Brock, that means that right at the end of the summer is when my husband sits down with his headphones in. He's watching all of his hunting videos where they're like whispering and they're like, oh, we're in the woods and we're going to go, we're going to get this deer. And he just like does all the things when it comes to hunting and stuff. So for my husband, I know he's going to be hunting, and that's something that he loves, and that he is like, so like, it makes him relax. It's his time away, and it allows him to just disconnect. You know, like, I like to be able to go and read a book. I like to be able to watch a TV show. I like to be able to go for a walk, hang out with my friends. I like to do a lot of different things, but for him, hunting is like his release, and I'm not going to take that from him. And what I've been seeing is a lot of people saying, are you letting your husband hunt? Because we know it's going to be deer hunting season. And when I see and or hear language like that, where they say, are you going to let your spouse do that? I can't connect with people that use that type of language with their spouses. And unfortunately, I see it a lot. I see it with some of my girlfriends. I see it on social media. I see it everywhere where people go, I would never let my spouse do that, husband or wife. And honestly, I feel like women, and this is generic, but I feel like it's a lot more common with women than it is with men when it comes to like in healthy, unquote unquote, relationships, where it's like, I would never let my husband go on a fishing trip with the boys and da-da-da-da. Like, it's kind of like, almost like, I feel like that's something that social media has done with us in like movies and things like that, right? Where people just kind of create that narrative and create that language in relationships. But biggest thing for me is like, you need to be really secure in your relationship to be able to be like, you go do whatever you want, boo. But I know for a fact that if there's anything that's going to be happening where we have health conditions, or, you know, I am put on bed rest, or certain things happen where I physically can't do things by myself, yes, my husband's going to stay back and he's not going to go hunting, and he's going to make the choice to put our family first. But am I going to tell him, I'm not going to let you go hunting? I'm not going to let you spend time with your friends? I'm not going to let you do this? Like, absolutely not. And that's a controlling relationship. And sometimes as women, we don't think that we can be the controlling person in a relationship, but you can be. It's not always the men that can be manipulative. And I've been in very abusive, manipulative, like physically, emotionally, like different types of relationships where I was the victim in that situation. And, you know, it goes both ways though. It's not just a one-way thing. So yeah, and you don't own him or he doesn't own you exactly what's on it. It's about respecting your spouse's needs. You're right. Like, that's exactly what it is. And I feel like, you know, there's also a lot of very strong women that I know in my life through social media that become my really good friends. My sister-in-law, even, for example, that they did it on their own, right? Not every single person has the ability to have a spouse or supportive partner or someone there to help them along the way. So for me to be like, I'm not going to let him do that, makes me feel like I'm not confident enough in my own abilities to be able to do it myself. And do I know that I can ask for help? Yes, like I can. And my husband's not gonna be the only person that I can ask for help for. Can I get help somewhere else? Like, you can. Like, I'm a very resourceful person. I pride myself in that. I'm not scared to ask for help. And I know that if I'm in a situation where I need it, I'm going to ask for it, even if I really don't want to, because it's not just going to be for my health benefit, it's gonna be for my child, but also it's gonna be really important that my spouse, also Brock, gets to go and release and be able to do the things that he wants to do too, because it's gonna be a change for both of us. yes, I'm housing the baby. Yes, I'm carrying it. Yes, I'm going to be the one that goes into the labor, but he's going through the motions too. He's got to deal with my moody behavior. He's going to deal with the fact that when we go for walks, I'm like, we got to go slow. Like, it's not a big deal. I get that. But like, it is a process. Having a baby together is something you're doing together. If you have that ability to have a relationship like that, not everybody does. And I'm very thankful to have him as my husband. Because of that, I'm never going to use that language that's controlling or make him feel like he has to ask me permission to do something. And I hope that it kind of opens the doors to other people to kind of think about the fact, like, is that something that you're doing? You know, maybe you're doing that with your spouse, or maybe that's being done to you, and just know that it's not acceptable and it's not a sign of a healthy relationship. It is something that you can work through, but usually it stems from that person's own insecurities in themselves and thinking that they're not enough for that person. And you really have to work on yourself so that you can get away from doing those types of behaviors and believe in yourself. So yeah, but that's it. And usually the other things I talk to you guys about is just about fitness, nutrition, things like that. Everything's been going good around here. I got a brand new program I started. I'm loving it. It's so good. I'm lifting heavy. I'm not moving as much in crazy contorted ways. I'm doing my prenatal stuff, which I'm really loving, which is like a lot of breathing. Brock's been doing prenatal yoga with me, and he leans over, he's like, don't tell me I don't love you. That we're like doing it, and he'd be like, squeeze your pelvic floor. He's like, how do I do that? I'm like, you have a penis, but you still have a pelvic floor, so you can do the things. And he does them with me, so he's a very supportive husband, which is amazing. And I don't really have that much more to say about everything, but this was a really fun episode. Thank you guys for jumping in with me. I'm so excited to share with you guys, and it looks like all signs point to girl by 1 point, but I think most of you guys are thinking boy, so we will see around August 26th if we are having a little baby girl or a little baby boy. But thanks for joining in with me, guys. I love you. It means so much to me. And I will see you guys back here next week for Baby Babble. Please make sure you drop down below what you loved, what you think the gender is going to be, what's worked for you. Share everything with me. The more you guys comment, share, like, and save these, the better they push, the more I'm going to come back and keep doing them, making sure they're providing value. But thank you. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Have an amazing day and happy Friday Eve.